Well, let's get down to business. He played Eric Rory last week. I thought was phenomenal training he did. His topic this month is The Secret Is. And let's get back to part 2 today. Without further ado, from all the way from South Carolina, got started. He's a regional director. His wife's a regional director, and he's not that far away from regional vice president. So without further ado, can we give a warm welcome to regional director, soon to be regional vice president, Mr. Curtis Evans.
We are going to talk about something today that's so near and dear to me. I want you to think about how you got started with the business. And if you think about how you got started with the business, somebody started with an invitation. Someone invited you to take a look at a business opportunity. And you went and you liked what you saw. You might have seen it twice. Some people need to see it twice. Some people need to see it 3 times, 4 times. It's not so much that they don't like what you have. Who doesn't want a check every month? Who doesn't want a residual check? If you knew what residual check means, it means it comes every month, okay? And so when someone goes to work at 18 years old or 16 years old, and they start taking money out of their check, 7% of their check goes into a fund. The company they work for takes 7%. They put that money together and they send it off to the Social Security Department, okay? 7% is the money that the money you earn goes, and it's matched with 7% of your employer's money. It goes to Social Security. And over the years, that money sits there. And then whenever you retire, 62, 66, or 70, whenever you decide to retire, then you get this check. It's called a residual check. It's called Social Security check. And the reason they give that to you is it's just what keeps you going in the latter years of your life. Now, isn't it sad we have to work 50 years to get that? 50 years to get that. And so that's why sometimes they tell us, this is not a get rich quick program, but really it is. If you can do that in 10 years, right? If you can do X amount of dollars in 10 years, I want to talk about money. So if you can do X amount of money in 10 years and your residual check is whatever, how much money do you have to have in the bank to create that whatever? You know, at 2%, if you're getting 2% on your account, you got $1 million in the bank, that means you're going to earn $20,000 this year, okay? 20,000 divided by 12 months is about $1,500 a month. So you have to have $1 million to get $1,500 a month, okay? So in this business, you don't have to go get the $1 million. This business doesn't require you to have $1 million to get started or keep it in there. So it does a lot of other things though, but getting a $1,500, $2,000 residual check is highly possible. And you do not have to work for 50 years. That's why we say you can get it done in 5 years or 4 years or 3 years or 2 years if you knew a little bit. Now, today's talk is about how to get that money, and it involves skills. And we talked about one of the skills last week. One of the skills last week was how to invite. Remember, compliment. I mean, I'm in a hurry. I don't have much time, and then give them a compliment. Okay, I'm hurry. I mean, that solves half of your problems right there, because they're in a hurry too. Even if they're not in a hurry, they're in a hurry. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, I'm in a hurry. I don't have a lot of time walking out the door. And then compliment them on their business acumen, or they're really good at evaluating whatever, or you're an open-minded person. And then do the invite, okay? So we learned that last week. Another skill that they say is bigger than getting customers or IBOs in the business is to learn how to invite people to events, okay? And we're gonna talk about that one today. How to get, so how, an event, this is an event right here. Could you invite someone to this event? This is an event. Okay, Al has an event every day at 12 o'clock Eastern time. I suspect 9 o'clock out in the West Coast. That's an event, okay? Another event is a meeting you have at night, every night for a business presentation. Another event is your Saturday training. Another event is the corporate emerge events. Another event is the elevate events. The emerge events are sprinkled all around the country for different markets. The elevate event is the nationals. They have probably 1 or 2 of those a year. So can you get other people to an event? So this guy came to me, I was in my office, and there was a security guard, and he invited me to go to a meeting. He said, Curtis, do you really want to make some money, some real money? Yeah, who would say no to that? I don't want any money, I don't, you know. Yeah, he said, I really want you to come to the event. He wasn't really good at inviting me, but finally he got me to go to an event. And it took a little bit because I was so busy. And I have learned that the whole world is about what kind of job you have. You know, we all start off in school. They beat it in our head, get good grades so you can get up and get a good job. And don't you ever leave that job. Stay on that job so you can retire on that job. So people have taught people that all their life, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's a great relic for the 40s, 50s, and 60s, maybe even the 70s. But today, it's not proven to be what they thought it would be. A lot of kids today are kind of hard to deal with because they saw their parents kill 40, 50 years of their life and they didn't get anywhere. The mom and dad in the same spot that they were in 40 or 50 years ago. So they don't want to do that. So we have to learn how to invite. Now he did that. He told us about that last week, but now we have to learn how to get people to go to an event, okay? Because the events are bigger than that. So Isaiah convinced me to go to this meeting. I went to the meeting. It was a local meeting. We don't do those anymore. And then when I signed up, and actually, I'm gonna tell you the truth, it took me 9 months after I saw the event to sign up, okay? It just took me 9 months. I called them later on. I said, I'm ready to get started. What do I do? I signed up, and they said they're having an event the next Saturday. It was in a town called Florence, about 60 miles from where I lived. I went to the event and I saw some local leaders talking about the business. Okay, then they said I need to go to another event. The next event was 4 hours away in a town called, or a city called Atlanta. I went to the city called Atlanta. So I'm coachable. I went to the city called Atlanta. See Ronnie Kirkland and some other folks there. I learned a whole lot. And when I was at that event, they told me the next event coming up in a few months was in Dallas, Texas. I went to that event. That's all in the first year. So that just says I was coachable, right? Did I have the money to go? No. When I got into network marketing, I had to borrow the money from a finance company. It was $600. We needed something at the house. I borrowed, you know, I had to give my television, my TV, all my serial numbers down, got the money. And I told the man, can I get another $600? He said, yeah. And I got the money to start with the company called Excel Communications. Okay, so sometimes you got to borrow money to make money. Put it on a credit card. Don't be so scary. Go sell something, get rid of something in the garage, sell a tire. I don't know, do something and get the money to get started. The name of the game here is to solve a problem. If you can't solve your own problem, get creative. Just imagine if Beyonce is coming to town next week. Just imagine that some big entertainers coming to town. You're not going to miss that show. You're not going to miss that event. You're going to go. You're going to sell something. You're going to get the money from somewhere. So just get that so you can get to this event. This event is bigger than them. They're going to leave town with your money. Okay? Yeah, this event is going to make money for you. So the art of getting to a bigger event and getting around people that's bigger and better than you are, people that have been in longer than you are, helped me considerably. I would not be in network marketing today if it hadn't been for those events. I would have said, I would try to get a customer or two, try to get a rep or two, and somebody said no, that'd been it. Okay, I tried it. It didn't cost a lot of money, $600. I just not me. But when I got to the event, I was welded in. I was galvanized in, and I got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I was able to go out there and build a fairly sizable business. So with that said, today we're going to talk about events and the art of getting people. Now I say the art, and I'm not talking about this is something you need to learn to do. There's a guy that runs real fast named Usain Bolt, Mr. Bolt, something Bolt. He's a real fast runner. He was walking. Somebody had to show him how to crawl. Back in the day, he was crawling. And then one day he got up on his feet and he fell down and he learned to walk. Nobody came up to the baby and said, little baby can't walk. He may not be a walker. This little baby may not be a walker. He leave him alone. If he can't walk, he can't walk. No, Usain Bolt got up and walked and walked and walked. And then one day he started running and one day he ran. That's how we started in this business. A lot of you have to get from one stage to the next. And once you get to that stage, think about those people that's coming in with you. They're learning to walk. The fastest way to get them to run, if you want to get them to run fast, get them to a what? Event. Get them to an event. When you get them to an event, the company is working for you. You're not working for the company. You got 10, 15, 20, 30, 100 people to the event, then the company's working for you, okay? And it'll do for them what it did for me. And so that's one of the things I want to do. Now the skill is not what I just showed you. The skill is getting people to events. I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show you this, and hopefully this will help you get people to events, because this is huge.
So I was really good at inviting people and getting them to show up for like weekly opportunity presentations at hotels. I know that doesn't happen as much today as it used to in the day, but those really worked for me. Those really worked for me, and I was really good at it. So give me your name again. Earl. Earl? Yes. How you doing, Earl? How are you? Good to see you. So if I call up Earl, we'll get you a mic. I call up Earl, and let's say, yeah, give it to Earl, thank you. Let's say there's an opportunity presentation at the Sheraton Hotel on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Okay?
Okay.
And I want Earl to come with me to that event. I'm a ninja at this stuff, I'm telling you. I can, if you want to learn the skill, I will help you. This is what I would do. Hey, Earl, I'm in a super hurry. Don't have a lot of time running out the door. There's so much going on. But I'm really glad I caught you. Let me tell you, and then I give him a compliment, whatever that compliment is. You know, you're awesome at this, you're amazing at that, you got a business mind that's unbelievable, you're super underpaid for how valuable you are in the world, whatever it is that I'm going to compliment him with. Okay?
Okay.
Genuine. I'm not making stuff up. I'm really thinking about his best attributes when I do that. Then I do the invitation. Direct, indirect, super indirect, depending on my relationship with him, kind of the social hierarchy. Then I go, listen, there's a special event this Tuesday night for business people at the Sheraton. It's at 7 o'clock. There's a group of entrepreneurs who are going to get together and they're going to discuss ways for us to be able to go into business and to grow a business in our part-time, be able to build something powerful with very, very little upfront capital and a really big upside. If I invited you to that event, and if I went with you to go check it out, kick the tires, sit in the back, you know, ask some questions, see what it's all about, would you go with me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You can do it?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Now, it's all about the details. If he says yes, is he going? Nope. That is not a commitment at all. That's, oh, there's an after party? See you there. I mean, that's what that is. He's not going. But he says yes. Now it's all about the details. So how far do you live away from the Sheraton? Just pretend.
About 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. What time do you get home from work?
About 6 o'clock.
About 6 o'clock. So it's going to be kind of tight.
Yes.
Do you think it's best that you go home and change, or can you come straight from work and maybe we grab a drink or something ahead of the meeting?
I could go straight from work.
Straight from work?
Yeah.
Would that be better than maybe getting stuck at home?
Yeah.
All right. So if you leave at 6, you're going to get there, what, about
6:20.
About 6:20, 6:30?
Yeah.
All right. I'll plan on being there at 6:20. Have you been inside of the Sheraton before?
Not familiar though.
You're not familiar. As soon as you walk in, there's a big table in the middle of the foyer, and they got a big flower arrangement on it. Okay?
Okay.
You can't miss it. I'm going to be at that flower arrangement at 6:20 waiting for you.
Okay.
Okay? So now what does he have? He has a picture of me standing there waiting by the flower arrangement in the Sheraton in the hallway at 6:20. And I said, now I'm only coming early for you. Is 6:20 realistic? Because, you got to get out of work and all that stuff. Or is maybe 6:30?
About 6:30, yeah.
Yeah, let's just count on 6:30.
Okay.
All right, and then there's a lounge just to the left of that. We'll go to the lounge. We'll get a Coke or something before the meeting starts, and we'll go check it out. We'll be incognito. We'll sit in the back,
Okay.
We'll take some notes. We'll ask some questions, and then afterwards we can maybe grab an appetizer or something before we go home. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Does that work with your wife and stuff? Do you need to check with her?
I think that's gonna be okay.
All right. Well, would you do me a favor? Would you check with her anyway?
Okay.
Just check with her anyway and just double confirm with me. Just shoot me a text or something.
For sure.
All right, that works. Fantastic. And if she's not doing anything, she's welcome to come too. I mean, I think I could squeeze one more invite.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are together
she's
at
my
all.
wife, yeah.
Oh, okay. She was nodding. I was just like, either it's the wife or this is a good sign. But how many questions did I ask there? Did you see what I did? What I did was I painted a picture and I created the detail in his mind. Now, if he doesn't show up at 6:30, he should feel bad. Because I'm standing waiting for him at the flower thing, in the lobby, at the Sheraton, at 6:30. He asked me to call or text if that wasn't going to work. You know, I've taken away all the excuses possible. So it's all about detail. If you want to schedule an appointment for an event, it's all about detail. If it's for a home meeting, let me give you an example for a home meeting. And say, I'm in a hurry running out the door, lots of crazy things happen, you give them the compliment, okay? Give them the compliment, and then you do the invite, direct, indirect, super indirect. Let's say it's indirect. Hey, I'd like you to, there's an event that I'm going to be holding at my home. I'm only inviting people that I respect. I'm only inviting people who I believe in when it comes to that they're underpaid for the value that they have in the world. Those are the only people that I'm inviting. And it's going to last about 45 minutes. Real simple, real easy. If I invited you to that next Thursday night, would you come to my house and be part of that? It's a small group. It's a select group. But would you join me? Yes? Fantastic. What's your name? Ryan. So Ryan says yes. Is he coming? No. Now it's all about detail. Detail. So Ryan, do you know where I live?
Not offhand, no.
Oh, not offhand. Well, I will text you my little address so you can MapQuest it. You'll tell me where you live right now. You give me the address. All right. Are you going to be coming from your house or from work?
From my house.
From the house. So I just looked it up. It's 22 minutes. 22 minutes from the house. We're going to start at 7, but it really is going to be a bummer if you're late for some reason. So would you mind coming maybe 15 minutes early? I'll have a few snacks or something for my friends.
As long as you got those snacks out.
So a couple snacks. All right. Don't get excited. It'll be like pretzels or something. You know what I mean?
I'll be there.
So 6:45 works for you?
Super.
So just to be safe, you'd have to leave the house around 6:15?
Yep.
All right. Thursday, what time do you get home from work on Thursdays?
5:30.
5:30. Oh, so no problem. The only thing we have to worry about is do you get hijacked as soon as you get home with a whole bunch of stuff?
Right.
You know, the wife and kids and all the projects and everything else. Can you do me a favor and make sure you clear the decks so there isn't anything that's going to get in the way? Do whatever you need to do between now and then so Thursday we don't have to worry about it?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, perfect. That would be great. And also, would you do me one more favor? On your way over, would you pick up a bag of ice?
Yeah. Nice.
That'd be
Yes.
awesome. I'd really appreciate it.
Crushed or cubed.
Could you do that? Cubed would be great.
You got it.
Yeah, I've got everything else covered.
Super.
But I'd hate for everybody else to have uniced beverages. So fantastic. I can't wait. Now, if something comes up, will you check with your wife, check with the kids, find out that there's no dance recitals, there's no games, there's no anything else that's going to get in the way on Thursday night? And we're having a few spouses that are coming too, so if you get a sitter and want to bring your spouse, that would be awesome. It's going to be real informal, 45 minutes. You just kind of lay out what we're doing and go from there.
That'd be great.
That'd be
Sure-
great?
Sure she'd like to come.
All right, fantastic. She'd like to come. Do me a favor, though. I only have so much room. Text me and let me know.
You got it.
All right, fantastic. Now, is that what I just did easy or hard? Easy. Here's the thing. The yes is not a yes. But when I start asking, what time do you get home from work? What do you got to do between then and the time you got to leave at 6:15? You know, is anything going to get in the way? Can you clear the decks ahead of time? He's going, oh, this is for real. I guess I'm going. You know what I mean? Bring in the spouse. Okay, I'll tell my wife that your spouse is coming. Oh, shit, now I... Will you grab a bag of chips, grab a bag of ice, grab, a little thing of cookies or something? All right. See you there. I guess we're co-hosting this thing. I will tell you, if you teach that inside of your group, the results are going to be dramatic. Dramatic. If I invite 20 people to a home meeting, 15 to 17 are showing up. The average person invites 20 people to a home meeting. 2 to 4, maybe 5 are showing up. The difference, they invited, I got the details. It's all about the details. Now, am I trying to trick them? Am I trying to do something weird with them? My goal is still the same and my heart is still the same. Education and understanding. That's all I'm trying to do. Education and understanding. I know that in his best interest, seeing this in front of this small group is going to be more powerful than him watching a video online. I know from my caring about him that him meeting some other people that are doing this and having success and seeing some social proof is going to give him a better picture, a better vision of what this has to offer versus me talking to him over the phone. So it's not about some trick. It's not about anything other than having his best interest at heart, the key to the invitation. Quantity and details. Quantity and details.
You know, that was a skill that we were taught at Excel Communications. One of the things I liked about their conventions was they had something called breakout rooms. And, you know, there'd be like 10 breakout rooms. So if you want to learn how to invite, you can go to that room. If you want to learn about a long distance service, you go in that room. If you want to go over here, you go to that room, you go to that room. And they learn, you know, you had a lot of different rooms that were opened up. And then they'll, by every 30 minutes, they'll swap out and people go from one room to another. And that's how I learned so much at those conventions. They have a different format here, but it's a really good format. They have the best speakers in the country, the best customer gatherers in the country. So this event in Florida is something, that's the event I want to talk about today, getting people to go to the event. Now, if you got $10 in your pocket, you think everybody got $10 in their pocket. If you got $100 in your pocket, you think everybody got $100. You got $5 in your pocket, you think everybody got. So you want to invite because you think, well, it's too late now. They don't have any money. There are people that will, if you say Fort Lauderdale on October 1st, they will be calling you. And I'm in the front of this assembly place. What do you want me to do? Where do you want me to be? There are people that travel. There are people that drive. There are people that fly. There are people that catch buses. That you just got to make the invite. Okay. So we're not, I mean, this works for in town, but the bigger picture is getting people to events. If you can get people to a corporate event, it makes a world of difference. And they stay in the business. We can almost guarantee if they don't go to an event, they're out. Okay, 1% of doubt and you're out. 1% of doubt and you're out. Somebody says something crazy like, why did something stupid, and you bite into it and you're out of the business. Okay, so a part of the job is to get your people to events so they can see what you see, and when they go back home into their respective markets. So let's play a game here. I'm gonna just use Sam Foster because I know Sam Foster, sort of, kind of. So let's assume that Sam, over the course of this year and next year, let's say this time next year, Sam has 100 people at an event. He's gotten really good at it. He has 100 people at an event. And when the event is over, everybody went back to their respective markets. The people from Seattle went back to Seattle. Somebody from California went to California. Some people from New York went to New York. Sam is a RED, REVP, whatever. What do you think happens in Sam's business when they all go back? Because at those conventions, they make decisions. They make decisions at the convention. They look around, they see Al Thomas. They said, They shook Al's hand. And Al said, how are you? What are you doing? They went over and they saw Mike Mazer. They went over and saw Aaron Burke. They went over and they saw a girl their age. They saw a girl that reminds them of somebody else. They see these people, they talk to them, they find out that the people in the business aren't super people, they're regular people. If you cut them, they will bleed, okay? They're normal people. Now, the thing is, they are not scared of anybody, they're fearless, okay? They're bulletproof. And that's because they went to a number of conventions. So if you get your people to conventions, you will be bulletproof and your people will be bulletproof when they get back to their markets. That's all I have for today. The art of getting people to events is a big one, okay? It takes care of a lot of problems, okay? And if you can teach that in your organization, it'll just grow and grow and grow and grow. So Al, I'm gonna turn it back over to you. Thank you very much for the time.